When you start seeing your full potential, the grind becomes so addictive.
Every successful person that you follow, from actors to athletes to entrepreneurs to lawyers, whoever you view as successful, these people are optimistic about their future. These people have a vision, they have a goal, and they took action to get to where they are. And there was a point in time where most of these people were not where they wanted to be, but they still held on to that vision. They stayed optimistic, they stayed persistent, and they made it happen. So if they're able to do it, you can do it too.
Because somebody watching this video right now might be going through a challenge in their life, and one thing that I want to tell you is, on the other side of that challenge is going to be the biggest breakthrough ever.
So what I want to tell y'all folks is, man, overcome your obstacles and keep pushing. Never stop. Always put one foot in front of the other, and remember, when life get hard, it's always going to be downs in this life. It's like a roller coaster, but you got to go down in order to go up.
If you having a time where it just feels so rough, it feels so hard, or you might have had a time in your life where everything felt like it was going downhill, but right after that it was great, it was peaches, it was cream. Right after the storm is always sunshine. Right after the storm is great weather all the time. Right after a tornado or hurricane, it's the most beautiful weather ever. And it's the same thing with life, bro. Right after the hardest times in life, it's probably a breakthrough on the other side of that, man.
Imagine if that roller coaster didn't go down. You wouldn't have enough momentum to go back up the hill to the next step. So respect your process and realize everything ain't gonna happen when you want it to. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to.
This is the comeback. Maybe you're in a rut, maybe you've just experienced failure, or maybe you're just lost. But this is the part in your story where the momentum shifts. This is where you find the drive that you've been looking for. It is now. This is the start of your comeback. The vision that you have for your future, everything you so desire, is begging you to pick yourself up and begin your journey. Because the window is closing, and if you pass this one up, you very well may solidify your eternal existence within the dreadful cycle of stagnation.
Whatever you put your mind to, bro, you can do it. That's a fact. You gotta understand that we only got 24 hours in a day. We only got 7 days in a week. We got an average of 30 days in a month, 365 days a year. And the life expectancy that we have is up into 70. We don't have that much time on this earth. So while you here, no matter how hard it is, you know what I'm saying, how much you ain't getting no sleep, or how much you sweat doing your workout or whatever, or you feeling some type of way, you got to get up and go get it.
I love being doubted. I love when people say what I can't do. I love when people say what I won't do. Because it's not about proving a point. It's about improving myself. And you can't stop what God has for me. But in the meantime, I'm gonna show you better than I can tell you.
Those motherfuckers have to team up against you, so imagine how strong you are.
Even when you in the worst position you think you could be in life, is somebody that is in a worse position that would trade places with you in a second.
I'm gonna wake up in the morning and be worrying about what I don't got, when I got all these wonderful things. If I woke up, I got life. That's the biggest thing you can ever have, because if you don't got life, you can't do nothing.
You gotta be grateful, because you gotta think about what you don't have. You gotta think about where you came from, but also think about where you're going, and think about what you could get back to. Like, you could always bounce back, and I think that's one of the biggest things about being grateful, because if you're not grateful, you can't bounce back, because you're gonna get stuck on where you at.
But if you got life and you got your right mind, oh, you winning, shout it. If you got good health and good strength, you winning.
And I think one of the biggest things in life is being a student in this shit, and just being open to grow, being open to understand that life is gonna throw a lot of things at you, good and bad, bro, and just embrace every part of it, because it's a life worth living, because it's a life that you breathe in, it's a life that you're able to talk, it's a life that you're able to see, it's a life that you're able to walk, and even if you don't have all your senses, you are living, bro. Find your purpose in this life, man, and tell yourself that whatever you're going through, you always gonna keep going to the next level, you always gonna keep bettering yourself.
The better you are at dealing with stress, the more successful you will be, because as you climb up the ladder, the stress level increases. It is a direct positive correlation between success and stress. They go together. There's no light without dark. The more money you're paid, the more important you are, the bigger your problems. They said it, more money, more problems. It goes together.